to your Thursday evening edition of FSU Weather. I am student meteorologist Maddie Seiler.
I'm student meteorologist Evan Thomason. This has been an exciting day today. It's been a picture-perfect day for us outside on the FSU campus, and we're trying new, fresh, beautiful things out here today on the FSU Weather Show.
We're starting things off with a wall segment rather than a desk segment. We have some more surprises coming on a little bit later in the show, so stay tuned for that. But yes, Evan, like you were saying, it's been a gorgeous day outside. Beautiful sunset right now, actually.
Absolutely. Definitely with the sunsets hitting more around 6 p.m. I'm personally still getting used to that myself, and it's been definitely intriguing to see that definitely earlier throughout the day, stuff like that. Regardless, not much cloud cover we've seen for the past 3 days. You could say it's a picture-perfect day really for that.
It's been a great evening. It's going to continue to tomorrow as well and into the weekend. We've got a great weekend ahead of us and a great start to what seems to be like a very well-needed Thanksgiving break coming up.
Absolutely. Definitely keep out those jackets handy. The lows are still getting into the 40s, even though we are still hitting those comfortable temperatures. The short kind of weather during the day with those highs hitting around 70.
Yeah,
but
that very uneasy time of what do I wear in the morning, what do I wear in the evening.
Yep.
We're sweating, we're cold in the morning. It's very different, but hopefully that will start to clear up this weekend. We do have a cold front coming in through that we're going to talk about a little bit later in the show.
Yep. Should only decrease temperatures down by 10 degrees, so definitely shouldn't be too chilly for those South Floridians around here. They're definitely headed home for campus. But for now, we're going to set off things to Lindsay with a look at our overview for the rest of the show.
Thank you so much, guys. So we're taking a live look over Doak, and it is absolutely gorgeous outside. We have that sunset right over the stadium. It's beautiful. It's got these great colors. So currently it is 62 degrees outside and mostly cloudy with some calm winds. Another addition to a beautiful day that we've been experiencing today. So the satellite is showing us that there's nothing over Tallahassee but some minor clouds. And as we look at the country as a whole, we are going to see this cold front that is going to pass through Tallahassee this weekend and give us these great cool conditions. However, there will be a little bit of moisture involved as well. So for the 3-day forecast, Friday we're going to experience a beautiful 75 degrees. Pretty much high 60s and high 70s throughout the next 3 days with lows in the 40s and 50s. So for tonight, our cold front is moving through. Our final Thursday show is tonight, so hope you enjoy it. And we're going to take a look at the lifestyle forecast. However, for now, I am going to pass things off to Evan for the national.
Thank you very much, Lindsay. As we go into our national look, you'll see really quite the range in temperatures we're feeling right now. We can really see the warm air, warm bubble that's really hovering right around the southeast. 59 still sticking over in Atlanta, compared with the western side of our country, really feeling temperatures in the 20s and 30s over in Denver and Kansas City. This is definitely a big temperature contrast. We'll definitely see those temperatures start to change definitely a little bit for the southeast as we get into the cold front. That'll be impacting Tallahassee more into Saturday. Right now, we can really see the moisture of the cold front moving up throughout the middle of the United States in areas especially of Arkansas and all throughout Texas and into areas of Louisiana where we're seeing dew points reaching 55 around Memphis. Everywhere else, we're looking pretty dry, staying with those colder temperatures definitely out west where Denver is hitting a miles per hour of 9. Definitely see those frontal effects definitely of the wind, especially on the northern side. Chicago, you had that front pass through a little bit earlier tonight. So definitely sticking a little chilly with those cooler winds at 13 miles an hour, especially Minneapolis as well with 12 miles an hour as well. So we look at our moisture and we really see a lot of this moisture being picked up from the Pacific Ocean, being brought up throughout Mexico, especially up into areas of Houston. We'll definitely start to see that a little more focused, especially as we continue into our weekend. As you look and see, this front has really situated itself around Dallas, but especially when you have these cold fronts, especially in the winter time when the temperatures gradient is a lot bigger, you usually see a lot stronger storms, but here is not really the case. It really hasn't picked itself up entirely to yet. You don't really see a defined frontal line with a lot of these showers, just a lot scattered over and around areas of Arkansas. But it said the top part of this front has really passed through Chicago, and it's really shown how warm our northeast has gotten as well. You see a lot of this, especially areas of Toronto and Buffalo, this is all rain. You can't see really snow until the northern side of this front way up into more northern parts of Canada. As for the southwest, we're getting some unexpected rain really into areas of the desert around New Mexico and Phoenix. We're also looking at a little chance of severity with some of those pop-up showers, which are having behind those behind the front that right now is situated around Texas with Dallas. Maybe going to experience a cool turn of events down tonight into 36 degrees and rain, especially also for Memphis. Meanwhile, we're going to keep that heat bubble up, especially for tomorrow, where New Orleans is hitting around 78 degrees tomorrow, especially including areas of Tallahassee expecting 76 degrees, and Atlanta still hitting up 69 degrees for tomorrow's high. But for now, we're going to look at a more local look at Tallahassee with Maddie.
Awesome. Thank you, Evan. This is what we were talking about earlier in the show, the beautiful sunset that we're seeing over Doak Campbell Stadium. Really nothing to complain about. Beautiful pink skies, and that'll continue later into the evening. Right now, though, we're currently at 62, a little bit chillier. We do have mostly cloudy conditions as those clouds are moving into the area, but calm for the wind right now, so it's going to make for a great Thursday evening. Satellite and radar pretty even and pretty dull across much of the Big Bend region. Not many clouds in the area, and that'll continue over later into this evening. But as we zoom out and look at the national picture, I'm going to highlight the big focal point of what we're going to be talking about on this show this evening, and that is this cold front that'll be moving its way into the southeast later into this weekend. It's going to be a big rainmaker. Like Evan was saying, there's no clearly defined line, just a lot of scattered showers everywhere, and you can see that moisture coming in from the Pacific. That'll be bringing all of that rain later into this evening and into the weekend. But for right now, our dew points show pretty dry conditions in Tallahassee specifically, and up in southern Georgia, Bainbridge at 48, Thomasville at 52, and Tallahassee sitting at a nice 49 degrees for the dew point. Tonight's forecast, though, tonight we're getting down to 60 degrees, a little bit chillier here in Tallahassee, and as you get more northward, those temperatures start to drop down a little bit lower. Monticello at 56, Thomasville at 56 as well. As we get towards the coast and more moisture is coming into play, we're seeing Apalachicola at 64 and St. Mark's at 62. Tomorrow, though, we're going to have sun-shining conditions, a little bit warmer than what we have been seeing the past few days. Take advantage of that. Get outside. 76 tomorrow in Tallahassee, and 70 is pretty much across the region. 74 in Quincy and 75 in Monticello. It's going to be a beautiful day outside. For our 7-day forecast, we're seeing those temperatures increase just a little bit over the next few days. A slight chance of showers coming in on Saturday with that cold front, and then after that front moves through, we see those temperatures start to drop a little bit lower. 66 and 66 for Monday as well it is on Sunday. Even though the temperatures are rising a little bit, we're still going to see those lows dipping down into the 50s, even 40s for part of this weekend. So although it might be getting a little bit warmer outside, those fall-like conditions are still around. So take one last look at this 7-day forecast. It's going to be a beautiful week coming up. I'm going to send things back to the desk, though, with Zach and Tyler. What do you got for us, guys?
Thanks, Maddie. Yeah, you know, Tyler, I've only been doing the show here for a couple of months, but FSU weather has a pretty rich history, and I thought tonight we would take the viewers back and relive some of our greatest memories from this semester.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like this semester has really raced on by. I can't believe that I've only started back in March. It feels like I've been doing the show forever.
Right,
but
yeah.
Here's our first picture here. Michael's been battling this cough for a while now.
Yeah.
We poke at him in jest, but we're glad that he's okay now. He's feeling a lot better.
Absolutely, and you know, it's pretty indicative. We've had a pretty bad cold and flu season already, and there's so much more to go. But here in our next picture, we're going to see another memory from this week.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully.
Michael coughing again.
There we go. Yeah, there's a bunch of us there together on our other setup for the wall.
This picture actually has a lot more of our veterans here at FSU Weather.
Right, yeah.
Jake Carson's been on the show for years now. So is Sloan and Dylan. Parker's been on the show for a while. Evan started earlier this year. And then my roommate Hayden all the way there on the left. He's another newcomer. He's only been on the show
Absolutely.
for about a month. But he's getting better, just like everyone else that's
Oh
been
yeah,
on the show.
everyone. It's great to see everyone's improvement. Here's some more weathercasters here. Once again, we have Evan. We have Lorenz. He usually runs our tech, the tech god, as we like to call him. He
Yep.
does an amazing job what he does. We have Chris Knoll there on the right.
Can't forget about
There's
Chris
you.
Knoll.
And Ariana, and of course there's you there in the middle.
Yep, that's me not paying attention to the photo. Hopefully in the next photo that I'm in, I look a little better. There we go.
There we
I'm
go.
looking at
Yeah,
the,
look
looking
at
at the camera
something. You'll
this
get
time.
something. Yes.
Yeah, honestly, the perfect opportunity to take pictures with that green screen right there. You just take a snapshot in front of it with any kind of background that you
Absolutely.
want.
And, it's a good visual history. We keep these things, and, you can look back and laugh on it. It's like, any job or any organization you're involved in. So it's a good time. It's a good way to preserve the memories in high definition.
Yeah, exactly. And then looking at our next photo, this Ariana and Sloan both been doing the show for a very long time now. Both very, very good at the show.
Absolutely. Taking us back to those mid to upper 90-degree temperatures we saw in September.
That's a real throwback. And then our next picture, I believe this is the final one. I think I know what's coming up.
Yes, there's Tyler and all of his clones to close out this death segment.
Yeah, can't get enough Tyler. That's all I gotta say there.
Absolutely. But for the rest of the show, let's take it out to the lifestyle with Maddie.
Thank you, guys. I love seeing all those pictures. Like you said, it's been a crazy and fun year. I'm so happy I started doing FSU weather. There's a lot of memories to come in the new studio. But right now, we're going to take it to the lifestyle forecast, talk about how all of this weather in the area is going to be affecting us in the upcoming days. Right now, with our satellite and radar, pretty even across the board, not too much going on, a pretty calm evening out there. That's all going to change with our future forecast. That cold front that we've been talking about will be moving through the area and bringing in some cloud coverage over the next few days. Maybe a spotty shower over the weekend, but not too much. Definitely breaking up that sunshine for us. Still making for a beautiful weekend ahead. For those of you who are going to be spending their evening in Strohs or in Dirac, getting those last few study hours in before the Thanksgiving week, inside it's going to be a warm 75 degrees, so prepare for that. A little bit different than the cool 62 degrees that we're seeing outside. Calm conditions, so if you are into those chilly temperatures, maybe study outside this evening, but I will definitely meet you all there at Dirac later this evening. College Town forecast, hopping over to tomorrow evening if you're looking for a night out on the town. Pretty similar to tonight, getting down to 60 degrees, mostly cloudy. We do have a nice breeze coming out of the south at 5 miles per hour. It'll be a good night to hit the town with the friends and get ready for a nice week coming up. For those of you pre-banding tomorrow evening, starting out pretty warm at 73 degrees, temperatures dropping steadily in line. You're sitting at 62, a little bit chilly, but never fear when you get inside to whatever venue you're going to, nice warm 77 degrees. It's going to be a great weekend out there. Looking at our motorcycle forecast, this is one of Lorenz's favorite. 49 degrees Saturday morning, a little bit dreary outside, maybe not the best day to take the bike out, but as you're driving down Tennessee Street 35 miles per hour, you're going to get a feels like temperature of 31 degrees. A little bit chilly out there, so maybe not the best evening. Maybe wait until 6 p.m. Saturday evening or even a little bit later as those temperatures start to rise a little bit. Dreary conditions later Saturday evening as that cold front moves in. We're seeing some rain come into the area. Sunday morning is going to be a little bit chillier, 42 degrees, mostly sunny though. That front is going to move through the area and leave us with a great rest of the weekend ahead. Once again, 42, a little chilly, but nothing too bad out there. Looking at our 3-day forecast for what's coming up tomorrow, Friday, beautiful 75 degrees, partly cloudy conditions, and then we see that chance of rain come into the area, 40% on Saturday, but getting up to 78, so it'll feel a little bit muggy out there. Never fear though, on Sunday we're getting down to 66 degrees, much like what we have been seeing these past few days. It's going to be a beautiful one out there. But other than that, this is my last show of the year. I'm a little bit nostalgic, a little bit sad, but we're going to pass things off to Zach at the Southeast. Zach, what do you have for us?
Yeah, thanks, Maddie. It's been great having you on the show this semester. Can't wait to see everyone back in the new building, in the new studio next semester. It's going to be great. As far as our Southeast here tonight, great temperatures. The sun is setting outside, so things are going to be cooling off rather quickly as we get into the coming hours. Right now, 62 in Tally, 59 in Atlanta, 65 in Jackson. A little bit warmer as we get over here ahead of that front, 74 in Shreveport and 72 in New Orleans. The dew points, you can see the warm, moist air being pulled up ahead of that front, 61-degree dew points in Shreveport. That's even more moist than we have down here in Miami. That's usually our warm, muggy spot where summer just seems to never end. Winds, pretty much light and variable. We have some onshore winds here in Florida. But if you look here behind me, you can see the onshore winds from the Gulf of Mexico ahead of that front, bringing up that warm, moist air. Winds generally light, but once again, from that south to southeasterly direction. We have a pretty active map here tonight. You can see we have 4 defined low-pressure areas basically all over the place. The west is a pretty stormy place right now, and it's attached to these cold fronts right now. Now, this cold front here between these two lows are going to be pushing into our area as we get into that Saturday to Sunday time frame, as they were talking about earlier. You can see there's scattered clouds, but right now, Southeast being dominated by this absolute unit of a high pressure system, it's really been keeping our conditions quite nice here. A little bit closer, seems like there's not a cloud in the sky over Florida. It's just been a picture perfect week so far, and we expect that to continue tomorrow. The water vapor imagery, we see some of that moisture getting drug up along with the front, but nothing too crazy. Now behind me here, I'll get out of the way. You can see the front approaching with all of those scattered showers and thunderstorms. A little bit heavier stuff, looking like tomorrow night, about 24 hours from now, if you're up in Tupelo, Jackson, down towards New Orleans, you probably want to watch out. We could probably see some heavier showers and storms with that ahead of the cold front. But for the rest of the southeast, tomorrow you're going to notice it's a little bit warmer, a little bit more muggy, and some of those clouds are going to be working into the area, especially into Georgia and Alabama. Tonight's forecast, though, you can see the areas right here where the front is clearing in the 40s, and ahead of the front and along the front you can see there's rain showers in Tupelo and Jackson in the 50s, 63 for New Orleans. Over in Florida, much of the same story, but 60 is our low tonight in Tallahassee. That's a full 15 degrees warmer than we usually see it. And tomorrow's forecast, Florida looking absolutely beautiful, highs in the 70s and 80s. Atlanta, 69 degrees, looking absolutely nice, but behind that front, highs in the 50s, and you're really going to start to feel that. But not too bad of a day overall, once again continuing with those nice conditions. Now I'm going to pass it off over to Evan with our first solo desk that I can remember in a while. Take it away, Evan.
Thank you very much, Zach. I know with the cold temperatures especially that have been moving through this area, especially ones that have gotten definitely down into the lower 30s, over the past week or two, where everybody's had to bring out their heavy coats and stuff like that. We're forgetting about hurricane season is still here. We still have Hurricane Sebastian right now twirling out in the Atlantic. Good news before I get anybody worried for any of our viewers watching. This tropical storm and tropical system, it is currently a tropical storm, has and is projected to really not impact land at all, which is definitely good news there. But today, November the 20th, it's quite immaculate that a tropical system has definitely made it out this far. Also immaculate that we made it out to the S names today as well. And you see the projected path for Sebastian, nowhere close to land, not even reaching areas of the Bermuda Islands, not reaching anywhere near there. So even really anywhere out in the Atlantic should be fine, as long as you're not in the middle of those seas traveling anywhere near there for any reason. But you can see by Friday at 1 p.m. we might have a chance for this to reach into a hurricane status, and then it should quickly devolve after that, which is good news. The latest hurricanes in history in general, we got to look back to 1954 with Hurricane Alice, December the 31st. I'm intrigued by that as much as you are at home, I bet. And also in 2016, 3 years ago, we had Hurricane Otto that reached Category 3 status, actually on November the 24th, which is only 4 days from now. But no, definitely very, very surprised about this, as much as I am personally, with those colder temperatures that have hit as much out in the seas and over across the country with all the cold temperatures that should be reaching, especially areas of the southeast, into the weekend with that cold front. But yet here hurricane season still is. Good news is, though, Tropical Storm Sebastian should have no impact to land whatsoever, so definitely good news there. But we're going to head it off back to the wall with Lindsay, a look at our lifestyle and what we're doing all across the rest of this week.
Thank you so much, Evan. So yeah, for this weekend, we can see right now that there isn't much on the satellite and radar. Some minor cloud coverage, however, nothing that's going to get in the way of your night tonight. However, over Friday, we are going to see some cloud coverage and maybe even some scattered rain, and that's from that cold front that we've been talking about that's going to pass through this weekend. So if you're going into Strozier or Dirac tonight and you're walking there, bring a jacket. It's going to be a little chilly, 62 degrees with some calm winds. However, that could be mildly uncomfortable for the walk there. But once you get inside, maybe layer up with a t-shirt underneath. It's going to be 75, very comfortable study conditions for all those last-minute exams before the break. So for Friday night, if you're going out on the town, 60 degrees and mostly cloudy. Again, a little chilly. Maybe you should wear a jacket, trendy hoodie if you want to, and be a little cautious because we do have winds coming out of the south at about 5 miles per hour, giving us a little bit of a breeze. So for Friday, if you're planning on going out and you want to get pre-banded, it's going to be beautiful at first. 73 degrees, minor cloud coverage, very manageable. Dress appropriately. However, in line, it is going to drop down to 62 degrees, which is cooler, but still manageable. And once you're inside again, don't stress out. It will get up to 77 degrees, feeling comfortable. However, if we do look at that motorcycle forecast, we will see Saturday morning, it's going to rain, and that's due to that cold front that is passing through this weekend. It's going to bring us cooler conditions with our high sitting at 49 degrees and some rain. However, if you're on the highway cruising down on that bike, it's going to feel like 31. Be ready, have a jacket, and maybe wait to take out that bike. However, for the dinner date forecast tonight, Saturday night, it's going to 6 p.m. It's going to be beautiful outside, slight cloud coverage, but clear as well. 66 degrees at 8 p.m. and at 10 p.m. it's also going to be 66 degrees. Make sure to bring that umbrella. It is going to rain. For Sunday morning, we are seeing a little bit chillier at 42 degrees with some slight cloud coverage, but it is going to be mostly sunny. Now, for our 3-day, we are going to see that it is going to heat up throughout the week. But once we hit Sunday, it's going to be a beautiful 66 with some slight cloud coverage. But for now, I am going to pass things off to Zach with a look at the local.
Yes, thank you, thank you. And wow, what a nice day it has been today here across Tallahassee and really all of Florida. Beautiful Doak Campbell Stadium. You can see the last of the sun is disappearing behind us here, leaving us with that nice black, clear sky. Not too much going on tonight. 62 degrees and mostly cloudy. We have those calm winds out there. Really not too much weather to speak of. We have satellite and radar. As you can see, we have some of those higher clouds up here to the north in southern Georgia and over towards Dothan. But here locally, you know, there's basically nothing in the sky tonight except for the moon and the stars, which is the way I like it personally. You can see the front here dragging its way up from Texas all the way here into the southeast, and that high pressure system we were talking about earlier, you can see the rain basically all around it, and as the high pressure moves off to the east, that front is just going to be moving its way into our area. The national overview picture here real quick, you can see once again, it's a big busy map. There's a lot of storm systems in the area. You guys need to focus on this cold front right here. This is what's really going to impact us over the next several days. Behind me right now though, that high pressure is scooting out of the way, and for the short-term time being right now, I wouldn't expect too awful much to happen to ruin your plans. Tonight, 62 in Tallahassee. We have 57 in Thomasville, 60 degrees in Perry, 60 in Valdosta, 62 in Bainbridge. Looking like an absolutely great time tonight. Much warmer than we have seen. And the dew points are definitely rising as well. 52 in Thomasville, Perry, 55, 52 in Quincy, and 49 here in Tally. So yeah, about 10 degrees warmer and more moist than it has been. The futurecast is showing those increase of those light clouds as we get into the next 24 hours or so. You're going to start to see that onshore push up here from the south, which is going to increase our moisture. It's going to increase those dew points, that humidity. You are going to start to feel that compared to what we have seen. 60 in Tallahassee tonight, 56 in Thomasville, 55 down here in Perry. Tomorrow, widespread 70s all over the place. Perry 76, 75 up here in Valdosta. And as we get into the 7-day forecast, next couple days are really going to be warm, 75 and 78. That front's going to come through Saturday, bringing those chances of rain. And 60s as we get into the rest of the week, and 75 as we get into the end of the next week. Looking like an absolutely beautiful time, Tyler. What do you think of the 7-day?
Yeah, I guess I'll just go and head right into the 7-day here for the start of my segment. Given that I'm the oldest one here right now, I've been given the most archaic technology, so I'm going to use this handheld microphone to talk about the weather. 75 degrees are high for Friday, getting down to 58 for the low. As we start to move through the week, those temperatures are going to drop by Sunday as the cold front moves through with a temperature of 66 degrees. And they're going to start to heat back up as we go through next week with a 30% chance of rain on Wednesday. Moving into tomorrow's day planner, as we go throughout the day, going to start to see those temperatures pick up but it's going to start to get a little bit cloudier. For tomorrow's forecast, again, Tallahassee 76 degrees, Monticello 75, Thomasville 73. If you haven't noticed yet, we're going in reverse right now. So we're going to go to tonight's forecast. 60 degrees for tonight, Monticello 56, Valdosta is going to get down to 55. Towards the coastline, a little bit warmer, Apalachicola are going to get down to 64 degrees. And then our dew points currently, Tallahassee having that dew point of 49, fairly dry all throughout the Big Bend region. So many regions feeling very comfortable right now. We're in those lower or upper 60s, lower 70s. So not much to complain about at all. Tallahassee 62 degrees right now, actually cooling down a lot faster. Valdosta at 60 degrees, Thomasville's at 57 right now. And looking at our national map, this cold front here to our west is what's going to push towards Tallahassee and bring us that colder weather and the higher rain chances as we go throughout this weekend. Zooming into the southeast, we can see right now there is actually some rain moving across Tennessee, moving towards Atlanta right now, and then zooming in even further to Tallahassee. We can see not much to speak of here. A little bit of cloud coverage to our north, but a fairly clear day for the most part. Currently, though, 62 degrees outside. It says mostly cloudy skies, but it's not really mostly cloudy. It's fairly clear outside. Winds calm, very comfortable, great night to go out. And let's take a look at that weather stem cam. We usually kick things off with it, but a great way to end the segment and to end this Thursday show, at least at the wall, is this beautiful look at Doak Campbell Stadium.
Thanks, Tyler. Well, welcome to our last segment of this Thursday evening show. It is our Mega Desk. Thank you to all of our watchers who tuned in today. It's been great having you with us. One question for Michael, because I know you're watching. What's the entree?
And I'm gonna have to say, we're serving up a beautiful 7-day forecast.
Yeah, so once that 7-day forecast pops up, I can talk about it once again. I'm very excited about this 7-day forecast.
Yes.
As soon as it comes up, I know that cold front's moving through this weekend, going to bring those higher rain chances up. I don't know what this is.
It's a gorgeous week. I mean, we have a high. It's sunny and 75 tomorrow. Can you ask for anything better?
Yeah,
Definitely.
it's kind of a perfect fall day. It's not
Right?
the summer, it's not the winter, it's that beautiful Florida
Absolutely.
southern
The
summer.
perfect temperature to wear shorts.
And if you're from the Northeast, like we are, this is not fall.
Not
This
at all.
is absolutely summer.
Still.
No, this is
Transitional spring, you can
definitely
If you will.
fall. Definitely fall for a Central
Fall.
Floridian like myself.
Yeah.
These are very cold
The
temperatures.
temperatures are at least getting down to the lower 40s on Sunday, Monday after that cold front comes through. The only really
Absolutely.
chance of rain that we see on our 7-day, for the most part.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
Be sure to follow us on Twitter, though, at twitter.com/FSU weather.
And thanks for everybody who tuned in, but make sure to like us on Facebook at facebook.com/FSU Weather.
Now, if you're watching us live on YouTube, that's awesome. But if you're not, watch us live on YouTube at FSU Weather.
And follow us on Instagram at FSU Weather. And always feel free to send us those weather pictures for our Friday show. We'd love to see something cool.
Watch our final show tomorrow. It should be a great one.
Yeah, if
and
you thought
definitely
tonight was fun,
Yeah.
just wait.
tons of memories to be
gonna
had.
be
We've
good.
already had tons of memories within the studio in itself, so it's been a great time.
I'll be sure to keep things under fairly tight control, not let anything crazy happen for our last show in the studio, but
I
it
think
should
it's
be
gonna be
fun.
crazy no matter what.
Yeah.
You gotta make
The
the,
last
last
show of the
memories. It's the
season.
last
That's
memories.
up to the student chief meteorologist tomorrow.
Hey, it's true.
I guess I'll have to make that decision, but thanks for tuning in tonight, everyone. Have a great night.